Now, I get to do some pretty cool things on my channel. I purchased my very first V10 supercar, my Audi R8. I get to take this thing on rallies, canyon runs, car shows, and it's such a blast. I took delivery of my 1965 Ford Fairlane 500. I installed a brand new fuel tank, fuel lines, carburetor, and got to learn just how this thing worked. I got this thing back on the road after 20 years of just sitting and just have so much fun with this car. I have my lifted Ford F-150. I get to take it to the mountains, the snow, the ice, the mud, just have so much fun with that thing. But I reckon today is gonna be one of the coolest, most self-gratifying bucket list items. Welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another episode. My name is Andrew Noble, the host of the channel, and today I get to fulfill a lifelong dream and take another step towards completing my dream garage renovation makeover. As you can tell from the title and thumbnail, today is 4-post lift day. Yes, you guys, I am going to be putting in a 4-post lift right here, and I'm super excited. Like I said, it's one of the most coolest things I've ever wanted to do in my garage ever since I was a little kid. I've always wanted to have a lift in my very own garage. Not only just to be able to get under the car and work on it, but to display the car as well, and it's gonna look really, really good over here. So a couple of things, if you've already been joining me for my garage renovation updates, I've been doing a few things in here. Last episode I did the floors, I did some paint on the cabinets, I'm gonna be getting new lights, I'm gonna be adding paint as well to the garage, and I'm trying to turn it into one of the coolest man caves that exist today. And this lift, I think, is gonna just really set this off. Now, one of the things I'm going to have to do is adjust the height of the garage, and I was really trying to get that done before the lift came in, but with scheduling and everything, we just weren't able to get that completed. But of course, this garage is going to need to be lifted higher. Now, I have this beam up here, and I've done all the measurements and everything, and calculations as far as getting the R8 up on top of the Ford Fairlane here. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be close. I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna have to lift this up just a couple of inches. But of course, we're gonna go a little bit higher and kind of bring it up closer to that beam just for enough clearance, because at the end of the day, really what I wanna do is get the Fairlane on top of the R8, because I actually drive the R8 more, and I'm not gonna wanna have to lift it up and down all the time. So that's step number one, is getting the garage doors to open higher. They do have what's called a high lift system, and basically what that does is it takes it all the way to the ceiling. With this beam, I'm not gonna be able to do that just because it sticks down about 8 inches and it's gonna make it very difficult to go to the ceiling. So talking it through with one of the garage door guys, we talked about putting a bigger radius on there, and I think that's gonna give me enough clearance to lift this track up another 8 to 10 inches, and that will give me some room to stack the R8 up on top of there. Once we get this lift in here, I'm pretty sure we're gonna be able to get the R8 stacked on top of the Fairlane. We're just gonna have to run some tests on it and lift the R8 up and see if we can get the Fairlane underneath there, and that's what this video is gonna be about. Installation of my very own garage lift. And another thing, as you guys already know, I put in this flooring just a couple of weeks ago, and I'm not gonna be setting the lift directly on the flooring, so I left a piece out here, and as you can see, I've already kind of taped off where the lift plate is gonna go. It's a 12 by 10 piece, so I'm actually gonna have to remove this one, and this one, so they can go ahead and do the installation. And then there's 2 over on this side I have to remove, these 4 right here, and then 2 on that side. So I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that before the lift gets here and get these all removed, so when they come in, they can just basically just set this up over the top. I wanted it to sit on concrete. Now, after doing some research, and I talked to a few people, some people said you definitely have to screw it down into the concrete and you have to anchor it. But after research online, 99 out of 100 people do not anchor it into their concrete. And the reason for that is because this particular lift that I'm going with actually comes with some caster wheels that will lift the lift up, and you can move it around. Now, my garage is gonna be very, very tight. As you can see here, I have my cabinets and everything. It's gonna be super tight. I'm not gonna be able to move it around very much, but most people do not anchor it so they can move it around in their shop. And that's what I've officially decided to do, is not anchor it down and give me the ability to move it around if I ever need to. Now, if you remember, these cabinets were here and over here, and basically one of the posts is gonna go here, and the lift is gonna kind of Tetris inside of there, not to the wall, but this cabinet comes off the wall about 2 feet, and from track to post is about 2 feet clearance. So it's gonna fit in there really nicely, square with the garage, and it's gonna make for a super tight fit, but according to my measurements, we do have enough room to get that in here. So let's get started with getting these removed. And as you saw in my last video, these come apart really easy. There's some loops here and some pegs on this side over here, and they basically just pop right up. So I'm gonna get started on getting these removed. But first, I have to move the 1965 Ford Fairlane. As some of you may know, I have to get it from the passenger side, and that's not gonna change. Alright, so let me show you guys here real quick. I've actually gone ahead and marked off which squares need to come out for the plates of the lift to fit. So according to this, in blue, I need to take out this tile, and then these 4 tiles over here. And then same in the back, 4 tiles and then 2 tiles over here. So these 2 tiles are gonna come out, which is gonna be really easy because I just have to remove those 2 up here in the front and then pull these 2 out. Super easy, which I'll show you that one, and then I'll get everything else pulled out off camera. All right, so these should just lift up, which is pretty easy. And the female is on this side, so basically this gray tile is got to come up on this side. So let me sit you guys down right here, and hopefully you guys will be able to see the fact that these come up really, really easy. Should be able to click that out. Hopefully you guys are seeing that on camera. And it comes out just like that. Keep these 2 together, and then I'll pull these guys up right here, which again, will be very easy. Just like so. All right, those are done. I'm gonna get the rest done off camera and bring you guys back for when the lift is ready to go in. All right, and we got everything taken out over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. It wasn't hard. It just took a little bit of time. You just got to pop everything up. I took this one out in all one huge piece, as you can see right there. So came out pretty easy, and just enough room clearance on that side for that post back over here. I have it taped off, and I forgot where it was, but it comes to about right here to right here. So perfectly gonna squeeze right inside here. I wanted to add real quick, I put this little power box right here and it's running to here. Basically so I can get some power down to right here. I wanna hook the power and the lift actual part right in this corner here so I can lift it up. I do have some power over here, but I figure once the Fairlane is in, I'm not gonna be able to squeeze past the Fairlane here because it comes pretty close to that to be able to work the lifting mechanism. So I want it over here on this side. That side would probably work too, but I'm thinking this way. It's perfect. I have power right here in the middle of my garage, and I can pull it out and maneuver it wherever it needs to go. And from the sound of that noise, it looks like it has arrived. Oh, it is here on a flatbed trailer, and it is looking good. Tuxedo black. You guys can see it inside there. It's huge. I know it's like a 1,600 pound package. From what I know, I don't see a forklift or anything, but it looks like they got something to unload it over here. But excited, it's here officially, and we're gonna get it unloaded and installed in the garage. And the boxing has started. It comes with some ramps back here in the back. I know it also does come with some drip trays. I believe it has 2 drip trays. So if I put the Fairlane up on top and there is a little leak, it's not gonna drip all over the R8. But cool little setup here. It's got caster wheels. I don't know if I'm gonna use those. I've seen people leave them off and put them on, but I'm pretty sure the lift is gonna stay in the same position forever and always, because again, we've already talked about how tight it is inside of the garage here. It's gonna be a super tight fit, but unboxing has begun. So we're bringing everything into the garage at the moment. Well, I'm not bringing it in. The guys are bringing it in, and they're just getting everything all set up and ready to go. Got a couple posts there, kind of just testing as far as length goes and height as far as where it's gonna go. We got the motor here, drip trays, the tracks that it's gonna notch into when it raises, the lever that's gonna help me raise it. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm sure they're gonna go ahead and explain everything to me. They gave me the owner's manual and the manual of it. So it is officially the FP8KB 8,000 pound lift. So I can get 8,000 pounds up there. If I wanted to, it would raise the truck up, but I'm not going to because of course I don't have enough clearance for that. So, and action. is about halfway done. They got this first track on and it's taking shape pretty good. I can't wait to get this whole thing set up, you guys, and get the Audi up on top, test it out, and see how it goes. But everything is looking good so far. We got these set up pretty close to this beam, which I wanted because it's pushed back as far as it can go and Tetrised in there pretty nicely. The clearance up here on this post is a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. Actually, you can see this bolt actually sticks up higher than this track over here, and so they had to do some adjustments to get that under there. But let's show you a view from this way. Looks so good. All right, raising it for the first time. There it goes.
Up, all 4 corners are disengaging.
And coming back down. I'm gonna have to time lapse the down.
Yeah, it'll be a lot faster with the car with the.
Oh yeah, that's
yeah. But yeah, you might have to.
Coming down to the ground for the first time. Here we go. And there's the bubbles.
Yeah. Alright, and then let's get to leveling. So right now, this is how we level. Since it's not anchored or anything and it's a 4-post,
Yeah.
we go off the tightest cable.
Oh, gotcha. Coming back up. Wow, you guys, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to get this and get the Audi up there for the first time. I'm really hoping it's gonna clear, but I think we'll be okay.
So once you hear that click, right there,
Yeah.
then say we have a car on top, you want to put it on the lock, are you going to go ahead and do it?
Come down till it sets down.
Exactly.
And it'll stop.
Right there.
Alright.
So the way you know is you can no longer move this, and all your cables are loose,
Okay.
which means that the cylinder is no longer pressurized.
Got it.
So you're good to go.
Alright, we cold started the R8. We're gonna get the R8 up on the lift for the first time.